Hey, Mitchell. Heads up.
Oh my gosh, is this what I think it is?
It is.
I didn't think he was going to send it ahead of
That's right.
time.
That's the Bronco Power Pack Stage 1 for the Bronco.
Okay, I need to give him a call.
Dude, I didn't think you were going to... I knew you guys were coming into town tomorrow, but I didn't think you were actually going to send us this power pack ahead of time.
Oh, well, you know what? That might be one of the first ones in the country. I was just so excited you guys to have it.
Man, thank you so very much. I did not realize this is one of the first in the country, but I'm glad you think enough of me to send me this thing early, man. Thank you very, very much. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing installed. Go ahead and do some before and after 0 to 60. And if you don't mind, I'd love to have you in the video kind of telling us about some of the features of this kit, if that's all right.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it.
Great, brother. Appreciate you. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Talk to you soon.
All right. Let's go ahead and tear this thing open, show you exactly what you get in this part. Cool. Air filter. Got the voucher code for the tune. Got the housing for the intake. All right, Colton. Here's my keys. Can you make it happen?
Of course, man. You also dropped some stuff, some tubing.
Oh!
Got you a nice...
There's a little Billy
nice
Mays
emblem
moment.
there.
Little
That's right.
Billy Mays. But wait, there's more.
All right. You actually have a filter sock as well. This is actually a hydrophobic filter sock. So if you do go off road and a little bit of water gets in there, it'll make sure that does not get sucked into your intake. That's a really cool thing there. Technology's a little new.
That's very cool. I like that. I got a big head, but I can't believe it fits.
It fits. As you can read, premium fuel only now. So you got to buy the good stuff now.
Only losers buy the low grade.
That's right.
Well, the good news is I've been running premium fuel since day one in my Broncos. So,
awesome. That's
because I
smart.
like the more horsepowers.
Horsepowers is good.
All right, let's. Here's the keys to my Bronco. Let's get this thing done.
All right, man. I wish I had a box to put this in.
Oh, you know what? No. I take that back. Before we do that, let's get the baseline 0 to 60.
That'll be cool.
All right, for reference, my Bronco is a 2.7 liter 2021 model. It's been lifted with a FabTech lift kit. We've got 37 by 1350 tires, heavy bumpers in the front and the rear. I've added a lot of weight for utility purposes. But anyways, Motor Trend says this thing is supposed to do in stock form 0 to 60 in 6.6 seconds. Let's see how far off we are with this one. 0 to 60 eventually. Let's try that again. We ran out of runway. Also, it's worth noting in that very, very slow run, there was no brake boost. It was simply take your foot off the brake and smash the gas. All right, shifting into 4A. Okay, so I got a little bit more room than I thought. Still didn't get the 0 to 60 time though. Dadgummit. I'm gonna put it in 2 high because that 4A, you feel like a rocket ship. This thing's about to take off. Zero to 60 in 9.4 seconds. It's worse than slow. 0 to 60 eventually.
So one of the coolest parts about the Roush Power Pack is going to be the simplicity of installation. You basically can do it at home by yourself. We always recommend having a professional do it, but this is something you can do at home yourself. Compared to kind of the Whipple, there's a little more to it with the intercooler and everything. You also get a warranty with your Roush Power Pack, whereas the Whipple, again, you have to pay for the warranty separately. There's a few different power gains to be had between the two. We'll kind of throw those on the screen in just a second. But one of the coolest parts about this is just how easy it is to use and how easy it is to get that power gain. All right, Dylan, I got a question for you. This right here is our Master Certified Senior Diesel Tech.
Senior Master Diesel Specialist.
Senior Master Diesel Specialist, sorry. If you had to guess, what do you think this thing 0 to 60 right now before the tune?
Go with 5 seconds.
5 seconds. Okay, that's a crazy guess, but that's a guess. What do you think at 0 to 60's in?
10 seconds.
10 seconds? Okay, that's a little more reasonable. Brandon, here's another one of our installation techs. He been here a long time, Ford certified tech, so anytime you have him working on your vehicle, you definitely have your vehicle in good hands. But I want to ask him, what do you think this thing 0 to 60 in?
I'm going to say
8 seconds.
8 seconds, okay. What do you think this thing's stock with those 37-inch tires 0 to 60 then?
12 seconds.
12 seconds, okay. Well, actually it's 9.4. There were a couple close people. There are a couple people who are really far off. Yeah, that's a lot to be said about some 37-inch tires and a 2.7-liter V6. So he's actually removing this factory filter right here. As you can tell, this is a non-reusable filter. And right here with the Roush filter, you actually get a reusable filter. So anytime this gets clogged up and dirty, you just wash it out and throw it right back in.
Well, Colton just got me the keys back to my Bronco. In full disclosure, I did not get a chance to see them install it, but I am super excited to see what this thing looks like. So there it is. We've got the Roush cold air intake. There's not a whole lot to look at underneath here, except for this particular intake, because really the bread and the butter is between two different components, this intake and also the tune. So let's go ahead and hop in it and take it for a spin and see what we did on the 0 to 60.
We are on the way over to our closed course to do the 0 to 60, but just, barely touching the gas, you feel it's a lot more responsive. Then again, it could be a placebo effect, so I don't really know what to say, but we're about to find out exactly what the 0 to 60 time changed to. By the way, what's going on over here? Holy smokes. Ooh, somebody popped that median hard. Airbags. Oh, look at that Nissan. Dang. All right, here is the moment of truth. Too high drive. There's no sport mode on the Badlands, so let's do a little bit of brake boost and get after it. Let's see what it says. 8.9 seconds. That's actually some pretty good timing on that. Shaving a half a second off your 0 to 60 time is not bad. I also need to make sure that I remind you guys, this is a Badlands Luxe package. We've already talked about how heavy it is, but I don't remember if I've talked about the fact that it is not a Sasquatch package. So it's got 446 gears from the factory, which is not nearly as aggressive as 4.7, which you can get in the Sasquatch package. Or if you go aftermarket and upgrade your front and your rear end, you can get something even more aggressive, like 5 something. I don't remember exactly what's available, but there are a few aftermarket options there. All right, let's get Colton out here. I'm curious to see how close he can guess the 0 to 60. Call Colton Love.
Hello?
Hey, step outside the TC Custom showroom.
All right, give me 1 second.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
What's going on, man?
All right, dude, we just got through. So you already know what we ran the first time in stock, well, it's not stock form, but before the Roush kit.
Yeah, it was 9.4, right?
Yep, that's
okay.
exactly right.
All right.
What do you think your guess is on after the, because once again, the only difference is the Roush Performance Pack. What do you think it did? 0 to 60.
You probably took about 0.2 to 0.3 seconds off.
So your guess is, well, I'm not good at math, I'm from Alabama.
9.4, so either 9.2 or 9.1 is what I'm gonna have to guess.
Okay. Would you believe me if I told you 8.9?
Holy crap, half a second?
That's a big deal.
Off just like an intake and a tune, a drop in intake and tune. That is a huge deal.
Yeah, I know.
Holy crap.
Them turb skis, you just turned them on.
That's right, you just turned them on a little bit.
I'm actually legitimately impressed. And I'll tell you the other thing is at first I thought it might have been like a placebo effect, but it felt like the throttle response was a good bit more touchy, which is good when you have massive tires and turbo. But at first I thought it was a placebo effect, and then when I realized we knocked off a half second, I'm actually legit impressed.
No, that's really cool, man.
And now we can't say that everybody's going to get a half second reduction, but in this application, we got real world proof. So let's do this. We've got Roush is actually flying in from Michigan tomorrow to talk about some other business, the other vehicles that we sell and parts that we sell with them.
Yeah.
So let's just go ahead and fast forward to tomorrow, and I want to introduce you, Joshua Hill.
24 hours later.
And welcome to the channel, Josh from Roush Performance, man.
Hey, man, what's going on?
Thank you very much for
Yes,
having me. Coming on down. So you you flew all the way from Michigan to Alabama, is that
Just
right?
to see you.
Oh, now I know he's full of it. Anyways, thank you very much for making the trip all the way down. I really didn't think that the Performance Pack, I knew you said you were going to send me one.
Yeah.
I didn't actually think it was going to show up before you did.
Yeah. Hey, it's fast, all right? It's fast.
And speaking of fast, we did some 0 to 60 testing.
Okay.
And I do want to get into the point, this is for you guys, I want to ask you some details, maybe some behind the scenes, the stuff that's not on the website, something that people need to know about this Performance Pack.
Yeah.
But have you guys done any 0 to 60 testing on this?
So 0 to 60, no.
Okay.
All dyno, all chassis rolls.
Okay.
So 0 to 60, I mean, I'm looking for what you came up with. I have a Bronco myself, and,
Okay.
and I know what the 0 to 60 kind
So
of feels
guess
like.
what? This truck before the Roush existed, what do you think it did 0 to 60?
Well,
Keep in mind-
yours is a little heavier than mine, I think. So I know that mine, because I have the little draggy thing, so
Yep.
I know that mine does somewhere around like an 8-second 0 to 60.
Okay.
As a regular stock Badlands
Okay.
with like a basic 2-inch suspension.
Yep.
I'm gonna guess that you probably did somewhere in the 9 range, maybe
Okay.
even 10 with the
Okay.
extra weight.
He does know performance.
You know,
Okay.
The Bronco wasn't meant to go 0 to 60 in a quick time,
That's
but
right.
I think that's the use of the performance band.
So 9.4
Okay.
was the pre-Roush Stage 1 kit.
Okay.
So my question to you is, what do you think it did? Now, you told me over the phone, or were you lying to me? Is this the first consumer kit out?
I believe it was, because it was the first order I put in, and I'm kind of the guy, so
I feel special.
I believe it's the first one.
So what do you think it did after the Roush Stage 1 kit actually was installed?
I'm gonna say you probably got maybe 2/10 to a quarter of a second.
Okay, that's actually a pretty good guess. So he does know his stuff. I was actually shocked because it shaved off a full half second.
That's
even,
strong.
0.5 seconds. So I did 9.4 and I did 8.9. If my redneck arithmetic is right, that's a half second. So you don't know. He's not from Alabama like
Hey.
I am.
I'm from Cincinnati, all right?
But yeah, a half second. But I tell you what's more important than that to me for this kit, because it's not just about the 0 to 60 time.
Right.
If you want that, go get a Lightning.
Yes.
Or go get a
Yes.
Ford GT that we've got
Yeah.
on the showroom or something like that. But what was important to me is that when I've got these bigger tires, it slows it down.
Yeah.
I've not re-geared this truck. I've got
Yeah.
the original 446 gears that came in the Badlands, and so I've added all this other stuff that slowed it back down, but that pedal response has actually come back to me.
Yeah.
So it's not a replacement for lowering your gear ratio, but it really has gotten me back to that OEM feel before I screwed it up. Well, not screwed it up because I love the freaking truck, but before I degraded the 0 to 60 time.
And that was a lot of the thought process that went behind it, is that this isn't going to be a drag race straight line. You know, you know Roush for Mustang and F-150 superchargers and all that, and a lot of those go really fast in a straight line. Our focus was the mid-range, right? So that off the line to the that mid power band, where you're going to be experiencing a lot of the torque, the additional throttle response, and that's what this kind of vehicle needs. That's what this platform was designed for, you know. So and we had that in mind, that people are customizing, they're putting bigger tires on, putting bigger suspensions, putting heavier bumpers. They're going to need that little extra to make up for what they've kind of taken away.
Absolutely.
And I think it does that, but it does even more than that.
That's very well said. So we've got to give our followers something juicy, something that if someone's interested in this kit, that they're not going to find this information anywhere else on the internet. What is it about this kit? Give me something that our followers feel like, you know what, I actually got some really cool, useful information. What would you say is one of the most unique things about this particular kit that's not readily available?
I would say that it's the stuff in the background. It's the stuff that Roush did to make, and the partnerships that we have with Ford. This thing is fully endorsed by Roush, by Ford. Ford knows about it. We have a sit down with Ford every month where we say, here's what we're thinking, and we said that to Ford, and Ford said, go get it, man. So I think it's the fully endorsement. You can take it anywhere. You can take it to any Ford dealership and still have it serviced. It's not just a Roush product. It's a product for everybody.
That's very, very cool. And I'll tell you, one of the other peace of mind things, because I've only got 11,000 miles on my Bronco, is that the warranty is included at no extra cost.
No cost.
Is that right?
100% no cost.
So there's other performance packs out there that we happen to sell, but we're not going to mention it in this video. But you have to pay a good amount of money for those extra just to have the coverage. And so to me, that peace of mind, having knowing that Ford is blessed off on this, Roush has as well. Man, thank you very, very much for your time.
Thank
I appreciate you. Absolutely.
Thanks for being a great dealer.
In full disclosure, how much money have you paid us to make this video?
I have paid $0.
What about Roush?
Roush has paid $0 for this.
This is not a sponsored video.
We sent down a part and hoped for the best, and it's been great.
That's exactly right, because you guys know that I'm not afraid to speak my daggone mind, whether I like it or not. So I'm not going to sit there and put something on my truck that I don't like. And I just wanted to say, yes, they sent me the part to test it out, but like he said, it's just send it down and hope for the best. Hope,
Yeah.
hope the loudmouth doesn't go crazy. But anyways, guys, in full disclosure as well, we are a dealer for Roush Performance. So if you want to purchase this kit, I don't know if it's on pre-order right now or
It's
if they're
fully
shipping.
available. Yep,
It is
shipping
fully
now.
available.
Yep.
So click on the link down below. We'll have it ready to go for purchase on tccustoms.com. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video and have a great day. Peace.